All right, here we go. Welcome back to Pipes Pro Talk. And my first reaction to the Chiefs' win over the Texans last night was, first of all, I'm not surprised at the outcome or how either team looked. I think the Chiefs looked like they were in midseason form, and the Texans looked like it was preseason game one. The receivers were dropping passes. Watson looked good, but fell victim to a bad offensive line playing a good defensive line all night long. David Johnson was actually one of the few bright spots in this offense last night, carrying the ball 11 times for 77 yards and a touchdown. But the Chiefs had some serious impact players coming through the NFL draft this year. Fourth round pick L'Jarius Sneed was attacked early and often by Deshaun Watson last night, and several different receivers, but stood up to the challenge, even intercepting Watson in an impressive debut. But the guy I really want to talk about is rookie running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He came onto the scene last year as an integral part of LSU's undefeated national championship winning season, and looked even better last night at the NFL level, carrying the ball 25 times for 138 yards and a touchdown. That's an average of 5.5 yards per carry. This guy is 5'7", but is very well built. My only knack on him is when they give it to him, back to back at the goal line. His speed and elusiveness and his size really make it ideal to get him into space and in the open field to move the chains. He's not a goal line back. That's the only time I see his size come into play. Maybe I'm judging too fast or too often, or too soon. But I think you put in Darrell Williams at the goal line because last night he was pretty good in those short yardage situations. I also think that at the goal line you want to put the ball in the hands of your best player, Patrick Mahomes, the best player in the NFL, the best player in the world. I absolutely loved what I saw last night from Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's already drawing comparisons to, I heard Emmitt Smith. I really like what he did. Patrick Mahomes was obviously very good last night, picking up right where he left off, 24 for 32, 211 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. He did throw an interception, but it was called back. Bradley Roby. I didn't hate everything I saw from the Texans last night. It was clear they were struggling and missing an apparent wide receiver one. Will Fuller stepped up last night as that wide receiver one, it looked like. 8 catches, 112 yards, 0 touchdowns. Jordan Atkins, the tight end, had 2 catches for 39 yards and a touchdown. But really, that was the only bright spot. Deshaun Watson had a rushing touchdown, so did David Johnson. David Johnson can perform very well, and he still isn't going to live up to the expectations from the DeAndre Hopkins trade, but it's good that he's looking better now than he did in the last couple of years since his really good 2016 season. So if he can step up and perform well, that's going to be big for the Texans. Like I said, not going to even equate to the amount of production that DeAndre Hopkins did, so he's never going to live up to the expectations. But if he can perform well for the Texans, that's going to be great. I still think the easier option would have just been to extend Carlos Hyde, keep Lamar Miller, have 2 solid running backs, and not have to go through that, and still have a wide receiver one. Will Fuller, if he can stay healthy, might be a pretty good receiver this year. Randall Cobb had a little bit of contribution last night, 2 catches. Brandon Cooks, 2 catches. Brandon Cooks, I'm pretty sure he had a nice little fly sweep. Yeah, I didn't hate everything from the Texans last night. I do think Bill O'Brien isn't right for the team, but I didn't hate everything. The Chiefs looked very good. They looked like they just won the Super Bowl last year, which they did. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, obviously very good. Darrell Williams, like I said, good in those short yardage situations. But overall, I really liked what I saw from Kansas City last night. Going for it, a little ballsy on 4th and inches, but I love that. 4th and inches, that you should be able to convert that, and they did. But I just love the mind of Andy Reid in that fogged up helmet. But yeah, this is a great team. Houston, I think I saw them at 7-9. I think Kansas City have them around 12-4, 13-3. But I love where Kansas City's at, and I think it's right that they won. I think you could tell from early on, the first couple plays, David Johnson's drop pass on 3rd down, Will Fuller's drop pass in the first pass attempt of the season. You could see that the Texans were a little rusty and that Kansas City wasn't. So, yeah, those are my opening thoughts on the season opener on Thursday Night Football between the Chiefs and Texans. The Chiefs coming out on top.